How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about Lucid. It actually posted up a green day, so I know I'm going to get those questions. Dre, what do you see this stock doing for this coming week? We've been seeing a lot of turbulence in the market, but it was able to show some strength. So we'll talk about it further in this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is a technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to be taking a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Lucid. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $23.17, being up 2.39%. On the low, it tested $22.90, and then on the high, testing $24.41. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 34.959 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 35.644 million shares. So we just had below the average volume, not too big of a difference, and we did see some strength in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, you can see from the RSI down below, it is at 37.41. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 100-day, the 50-day, the 200-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. So it is very clear to see that Lucid is in a bear market, and it's also trading below all of our major moving averages. But one thing that was interesting, we were able to form a higher low on the day. We ended up seeing a high at $24.41, and we know as far as $25, this is a key level that Lucid needs to get above in order for it to start building some strength and getting to the 21-day EMA at around $26.66. If it is able to reclaim this level, that's where we want to see it get above $27.50 and then make that move above $28. And we know as far as $30 is concerned, right where we have the 200-day moving average, things will change big time and put Lucid in an official bull market. But with the conditions that we are having, I don't see this lasting too long, and I do see us breaking through this level of $22.90, which was the low of the day. So going into tomorrow, don't be shocked if we end up getting all the way down here to around testing the $22 level. And if we break through this $22 level, you guys know the next area you want to keep an eye on will be right here around $21.50. So let's see how it performs going into tomorrow, but if we see weakness inside of tech, like I said, we see a downtrend continuing. Now let's move on to the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the recent short interest information for Lucid. So for the off-exchange short volume ratio, it is at 58.00%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 7.762 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 0, updated 25 minutes ago. And then for the short borrow fee rate, as far as for the minimum on the day, it was at 12.93 and the max was at 17.54. Taking a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the third, it was at 60.70, and then for the close of the fourth, which was last week Friday, being at 58.00. So it'll be very interesting to see what the numbers will be later on in the evening, but I'm sure that Lucid will continue to have short squeeze potential. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for Lucid. So we see on the inflow, it's at 163, and then on the outflow, it's at 173. So it's an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large, it was 6.20. On the medium, it was 94.08. And then on the small, it was 62.78. Taking a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large, it was 5.6 100.61. On the medium, it was 111, and then on the small, it was 56.63. Taking a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you could see from March 7th, which is today, it being that inflow of 0.6 million. Analyzing the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And of course, for the large, which represents whales, institutions, and funds, we had more buying than we had selling. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 2.13%. So this is not too bad whatsoever considering all of the conditions we have inside of the market. We see a lot of tech stocks that have been pulling back. Lucid was able to show some strength, and we did see some interest on the retail side as well. So let's get into the final thoughts, and we'll talk over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for Lucid in regards to the price action, yes, we did end up posting a green day, but the level that you want to see Lucid get to is $25. Upon getting to $25, then you want to see a move going to $27.50, and of course $30 being that psychological area, which is right around the 200-day moving average. As far as what it looks like in the bearish case scenario, which I'm leaning on that side, you want to see if it could hold up $23. If it can't hold up $23, then you want to see if there's some strength at $22. And if you see the stock fall below $21.66, that's where we can see a good amount of weakness. And this is where I emphasize, don't be shocked, especially as these coming weeks continue, if Lucid falls under 20 bucks. Add that to your homework and as well as your due diligence. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. So this is why when you have a catalyst that comes through, we could see some strength inside of the stock. But one thing that you want to remember though, this is a company that is not profitable as of yet, and it trades in the tech sector. So if we continue to see weakness in the overall market, this is why I see a lot of downside here. And this is why for anyone who's a long-term investor, you'll hear me say it in a lot of my Lucid videos, you want to be patient. There is no need to rush whatsoever. The opportunity will come if you are looking to purchase shares under $20. But do know we are going into an environment where we're going to be having interest rate hikes. So you are going to be taking on a lot of risk with this company. We already know with their past earnings report, they've been dealing with challenges as far as supply chain, and we know this has trickled down throughout the whole automotive industry. And at the end of the day, I know many of you are saying, well, you know what, Lucid is a tech company. No, at the end of the day, it is a car company. Yes, they do use the latest tech in their vehicles, but we have to understand the fact this is a capital intensive business and they are going to be facing a lot of hurdles. It is not going to be easy. And since it is a growth stock, it's going to have those ups and downs, and you need to make sure that you have the mental strength for that and be willing to hold years down the line. If you're not going to be able to hold, or you're not going to be buying on those dips, then do not touch this play whatsoever. I know I say it a lot, but I want to make sure I really hammer this home. We are in a market, any stock that you buy, it is key that you have high conviction, because when that stock dips, you are going to load up on those dips. And most preferably, you want to be loading up on stocks that are profitable, that have proven businesses, and they do not trade at high valuations. So let's see how Lucid performs going into tomorrow. I will continue to keep you guys updated, and we'll be talking real soon.